Today, we're answering YouTube questions. Let's go. Can a Moto Z3 Play panel fit and work with a Moto Z3? Let me check real quick. The answer is yes and no. Well, morally it depends on what you're going to be using it for. If you're going to be trying to do some data recovery and you just need to pop in a screen to be able to read the data, then yes. If you're trying to replace the screen, then no. Because while they are both XT1929, the Z Play or the Z Force, the C3 Force is XT1929-17. And the edges are slightly different that it's not going to fit properly. So no. I think. It's been a while. I could be wrong. But that's how, it's been a couple years. And that's how I remember it. But if anybody in the comments knows the truth, go ahead and prove me wrong. Because that is what we're all about here, learning. But I'm pretty sure that's the case. If anything, I'll add an edit and let you know for sure. Next. One of the users recommended reading the CompTIA Plus 1101 and 1102 certification books from Mike Myers, who is an IT author, and we actually did order those, and I'm going to be reading them to go over them and give you some insights. But definitely do have some information before you actually start computer repair business, because it's not as easy as it seems. It's not just virus removals. There's other stuff involved. Keep that in mind. Could you please provide us a link for the service drive for Mac? The software like HiRuns for Mac. The thing is that there isn't one. I call it a service drive because my former coworker actually made it for me, but it's not as hard as you think. I'll definitely show you what's in the service drive so you can go ahead and get the software you want and then create your own. But that may end up being a separate video because it's probably going to be a lengthy process. Next, iFishy says, I like this channel. Thank you. Not a question, but it's good to have some of those in there. The other, this is more of a suggestion instead of a question, was to use Ventoy or Medicat instead of 2 separate flash drives, and that is a very good thing to mention. I will show you guys Ventoy in a separate video, or maybe I already did that. I gotta go double check. It's been a while. Let's see. Why not use Gandalf ISO? Don't know what that is. I will definitely look into it and see if it's a viable option. I'm guessing it's probably going to be like Ventoy. And then another user called SuperVideos1327 said, I just found your channel. I'm super curious on how things are going. I'm going to look into this into other means. Do you have any info on how to get vendor contacts and such? Vendors are a tricky thing because you kind of have to take a chance on some of these. What I usually recommend is if they can send you one product at a time, or maybe a couple of each, so you can test them out and see if they're good quality. And when I say one product, I mean like there's some vendors that, oh, you got to order 25 or 100 or something of a screen, like let's say an iPhone screen, for example. Who wants to put that much into an inventory that you're probably not going to use, or that maybe it's not high quality? So if they let you order at least a couple of different, so you can try them out, different models, so you can try them out, definitely recommend that. But don't be afraid to take a chance on some of these. If by vendors you mean certain people on eBay, if you're going to go the eBay route, I definitely recommend that you get it from the ones that are top seller or verified. I forget exactly what their badge is called, but the ones that have a good return policy and a good exchange policy, those are the ones you want to buy from. Some of the big vendors actually also sell on eBay, so two birds, because you can get multiple things on eBay. But definitely vendors, you just gonna take a chance with some of them. Some of them end up being really good vendors, depending, what you're looking for. If it's screen, batteries, other computer parts. The other thing is with vendors, you don't have to be, I guess you don't have to be loyal to one. That's the best way to put it, because you may have a vendor that has really good, screen parts, but batteries, and then you may have a vendor that has really good batteries, but so-so screens. So you got to have your vendor for each thing. I know it's a little bit of a hassle to having to order from different people, but if top quality parts is what you want, is what you're going to have to end up doing. Sega Vic 756 said, that wallpaper though. And I'm assuming that was kind of a question, and I'm guessing he's referring to this wallpaper. And the reason why that wallpaper was as my wallpaper is because this is before we had finalized on what the logo was going to be for the company. So wifey and I kind of had an idea that may have been something we wanted to go with, but then decided that we may go a different route, and actually ended up sending a couple of directions on how we wanted the design to be to the person who designed our logo, and we ended up with this one. We knew we wanted it to be somewhat kind of like an anime type of logo, so that's how we ended up with the current one that we have. So that's why that one was on there, because we had it up there to look at it and draw stuff, try to come up with different designs. I don't even know if we have sketches of what we actually thought it was going to be, but if I find them, I'll definitely put them up. So yes, that's why that was up there. Let's see. The other one, is it hard to start a computer business? I'm not going to lie to you, kind of. No, yeah, it is. Because when you go from actually working at a computer repair shop and doing it on your own, if you weren't management at a certain level, and you don't know how to, work with vendors and get access to them, and how to even find them, and, permits, licenses, and all that stuff, you can get very overwhelmed really quickly. And depending where you live, you may have to do several different permits, paperworks, a lot of fun paperwork stuff, IENs, all that stuff. So yeah, it's not just, it's, local, state, and federal paperwork that you're going to have to fill out a lot, and then tax exempt and all that stuff. So yeah, if you don't like paperwork, it's hard. It gets easy after a couple months, once you kind of get in a groove and find the software that you're going to be using and all that stuff. But yeah, starting it off, it's a little bit complicated. Can I send my phone for repair? It's a Moto 3Z. I'm guessing he meant a Z3. Not yet. We're working on that, because apparently you have to have other permits if you're going to be doing repairs online for them to sit in, or at least here where we live. So we're trying to get that figured out, set up the PO box so you guys can send the repairs in. I'm working on some stuff when it comes to that, so I'll keep you guys posted, but we should be able to have that in the next couple of months. Congratulations on reaching 1,000 subscribers. Thank you. It's been a while. We're actually at 1,100, I believe. I'm sorry I've been gone for a while. Actually, the reason why I've been gone is my daughter tends to get sick quite often. She's special needs. She has a very rare form of a chromosome 5 deletion. So I like to say that I got a shiny kid, kind of like a shiny Pokemon, because she's really rare. But yeah, that's the main reason we were gone. Everything seems to be in the up and up again with her, so we should be able to make more videos more often. And it looks like that's all the questions. So I'll see you guys in the next video, where I look into what Gandalf ISO is. Pretty sure it's going to be like Ventoy. We'll take a look at it though.